WWE Hall of Fame is always done on the Friday before WrestleMania, and if you're watching the video on this day, the day it was posted, then you'll know that it's the day of Hall of Fame 2017, where my big favorite squeeze your glutes superstar DDP is getting inducted. So in honor of that amazing moment, I'm going to do a WWE figure review for the complete set. We have Booker T, aka King Booker. We have Sting. We have Edge. We have Jerry the King Lawler. So I'm going to start out with Edge and finish off with Sting, which I think are the two fan favorites, and then do Lawler and Booker in between. Now, I want to just let you know before I start this review that other than Sting in this attire, I really don't know much about the times these people were wearing these attires and stuff. So it's not going to be, the review is going to be a bit more informal and it's just going to be about the figures themselves rather than if they're accurate or not to the event, because I really don't know. Let's do it. Edge falls off the edge. All right, so this is Edge in his camo attire. This, fun fact, is the first Edge figure I've ever purchased that's an Elite. And holy cannoli cow, look at that writing. Whose decision was to make that so freaking small? Hold on, guys. Let me get my magnifier glass out to read that writing. What were they thinking? That is bad design. And that's just so stupid, but whatever. You could have made his picture a little small to have the text bigger, or maybe not have like a 30-page essay on the back in size 2 typeface font. Sorry guys, I'm just a little annoyed by that because I can't read it. Ugh. He's been unboxed. So right off the bat, did anyone watch my previous WWE review, which was Finn Balor from the Toys R Us exclusive? You might have noticed that I complained about his leg being bent. This isn't as bent, but if you have it flat, you can see that one leg is definitely not hitting the ground, and I think it's bent. I don't think it's short. It appears to be shorter though, because it's bent, and that is a major flaw in my book, because that way it's not easy to have him stand up. You gotta like bend his legs and give him a strange position instead of having him stand up just normal straight like a human being can. But this is his face. I love the wash detail that they went in and did on his hair. It seems like that's a bit rare in this day and age, but I'm glad to see that they bust that stuff out for this figure. Was Edge's torso this thin, or do you think they should have given him a bit wider torso, something a bit larger than this? There are so many details, so much paint going into his tights that this is a really good looking figure. It's just upsetting, the leg issue. That seems to have been plaguing Mattel figures, Hasbro figures for a while now. I assume it's because they put it into the packaging too fast, or the packaging warps it. He has his tattoos. They are in color, so you don't have to worry about black and white tattoos like a basic. And overall, this figure, I think it's a really good figure for a first-time Edge in my collection, Elite. But if you already have an Edge, I don't know if this one has an edge over the other ones. I think this figure is really great, and it allows me to have an Edge in my collection. He comes with his jacket, classic Edge jacket, and it does have a lot of details on there. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be painted or not, but it's just straight up in the sculpt, and I might have liked to see a bit of a wash or something to bring out those details, because this gray, it just looks like straight up plastic gray. It doesn't have the benefit if it were black or something, because black allows the stuff to just flow well and allows the light to do a lot of the work instead of paint. But I think with this color of gray, you need a little something. The light itself doesn't allow it to pop as much as it could. And then let's see if his jacket fits over his elbow pads. Does it fit? Does it fit? Yes, it does. And like a man putting his clothes on his Barbie, I built this figure from nothing, and ooh, look at that. And it looks good with the jacket on. But as I said, a wash would have really elevated this figure far more than it is right now. The jacket does help him stand, stabilizes him a bit more than I'd expect, so that's good. So even if you do have that bent leg issue, this jacket will definitely alleviate some of those problems. There's a lot of detail in it, but they didn't give it the painting detail it needed. So this is a good figure. Is it his best? Let me know in the comments. King Booker! King Booker! Guys, I just read a book. Is that his name because he's the booker of the show? And look at a normal size typeface on the back. A nice font size. That's about 10, I'd say. You know, if Mattel was true academia, they know to always do 12, size 12. But I guess not. All right, he comes with a freaking cape because he is a freaking king. All right, so let's start off with the face because I have some problems with it. I do see him in there. Like, I see his likeness, but I feel like those eyes, they went too far with that. Those eyes are really doing a disservice to this figure. He has this cape. This cape's nice sculpted. Nice sculpt, guys. It has a lot of painted detail, and it has a gold trim. That gold trim, again, one of those things, doesn't need to be there, but because it's there, it really elevates the figure. And let's take the cape off so you can see King Booker T, and he has a crown. Let's take the crown off, and he is no longer the king. Long live the king. And if my freaking heel camera will ever focus on this, you can see that they actually painted a little flower or something on their gems or something. And you can put this on all your other wrestling figures. So if you want King Sheamus, you can put it on Sheamus and it looks like it fits. Yes, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Then he also comes with his Wizard Wand King Stick, and you know, he can be like doing classic magic tricks with it, like I'ma turn you into a goat. And that's good role playing. Or it could be like a microphone, like he's freaking Ruby Rod from The Fifth Element. He has a gold painted tights that says a T. What does the T stand for? On the back it says King, because he is the king. Isn't Jerry Lawler the king, though? Ooh, controversy. Let's say Booker T. He has some flames or something. He has a tattoo. He has another tattoo of flames. So this is a cool figure, but of course I'm a little bummed about that face. The face could have been cooler. But if you don't have a Booker T and you really want an elite Booker T, then this is a perfect opportunity to get one with a plethora of accessories. And if you got paint skills, maybe you can make those eyes a bit smaller, because holy cow, maybe it's the pupils that's bothering me or something about those eyes though. He's seen stuff. He's seen aliens. Hey guys, it's the latest JonTron figure. Jerry the King Lawler is a good wrestler, pile driver. Fun fact about this guy, Kevin Owens, FKA Kevin Steen's final independent match was against this man himself, Jerry Lawler, in a pile driver versus pile driver match. This is again the king. So this theme of the set is basically kings and queens, but there are no queens in this set. Could have had some remodes and stuff. Yet again, we're getting in like 10-9 typeface territory. What were they even thinking? But it does talk about Andy Kaufman. That's a good movie with one of REM's songs in it, Man on the Moon. I once was watching Eddie Vedder sing Man on the Moon. Shout out Eddie Vedder for ruining my life. It does get Eddie Vedder than this. This is my third, fourth Jerry Lawler figure. I haven't unboxed a bunch, so this is like the first Jerry Lawler Elite unboxing. Look at that classic face. I think this is a stupendous a likeness to the king himself. Old school Jerry Lawler. He has attires that show crowns and stuff, and a lot of painted detail, over sculpted detail. All these dots are painted in and sculpted. All these little details are sculpted, and then he has crown art all on his tights. And let's try and remove his little big boy belt. And even the stuff behind the cape is painted, which that's always a nice level of detail to see in the future. In the past. Oh my gosh, they even gave him some chest hair. They really went all out with this set. Good job, Mattel. Are these legs too skinny, or does he have skinny legs? Let me know in the comments. But yo, I have to assume that this is an exclusive torso for Jerry Lawler, and it works quite well. I like that level of detail. I like it a lot. And he has a crown, which he can't wear, I don't think. I don't think it really fits over his head. Yeah, it doesn't fit. But does he wear it? I always think he carries it, right? So he can carry it. But he can't wear it, which is unfortunate. It doesn't really fit on his head at all. So this is a good Jerry Lawler figure if you're having him carry it. If you really want him to wear the crown around, though, it's not going to happen. I want to point out in Elite Series 18, there was a Jerry Lawler figure before, except it was a bit older Jerry Lawler, and they're relatively the same figure, but I'd say that the Hall of Fame is a much better figure. Although you can see on the Elite 18, he has different detail, a bit better painted detail in there. But I think the face on the most recent one, the Hall of Fame, is a much better face, has a much better likeness, and it's old school versus Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler. So this is a really nice figure that I'm really glad that Mattel made. And I'm going to take an assumption here and assume that the crown was made to fit on the Elite 18 and not this new head. So that's why it doesn't fit. But this is surprisingly, I think, my favorite figure from the set so far. Fun fact, this is red, and Sting is apparently a huge Beatles fan because he wants to join the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Well, good for you, Sting. And let's check this out. This is from Wrestlemania when he had his sick match against Triple H where he lost. His WrestleMania moment was losing to the dude that pretty much buries everybody. Classic! Now this is a classic rubbery plastic that he has, really easy to remove. Doesn't feel that quality though, of course, but you gotta give some and take some. You know what I'm saying, guys? You can't always have perfection. The face is way better than most other Sting figures. This might be the same Sting face that they used for the Scorpion Sting Mutant, and I love that face. It's the best face they have. It really looks like him from this angle. Not so much from the front, but definitely when you get it slanted, you can totally see the man behind the makeup. The attire, I know this is going to bum out a lot of people, and it certainly bums out me, but this is painted. The skin on the torso is painted, which always blows my mind because you see the percentage of skin versus attire, and it seems to be about 50-50. And already on mine, I can see some paint chippage, and that's always upsetting. And I understand why they cut costs because it's not easy to make toys, but as a consumer, I want perfection, baby. Give me it all. And that's one of those things that it's like, I wish they really didn't do that, especially because it's like there's 50-50 skin versus attire. So why not just paint the skin, have the skin be molded and the attire be painted? Whatever. I'm through with it. Also, what I'm getting is kind of weird is that the skin tones of the head that's painted on, and it doesn't exactly match the skin tone of the rest of his body. And it's weird because they were painting the torso. You'd think that they'd just use the same paint that they already had out for the head, but apparently not. So if you're a real stickler and can really see differentiation between colors, did I just even say real sentence words? I don't know. You'll probably be a little peeved by that, but if you really don't care and don't notice this type of nitpicking, whining, as some of you haters might call it, you might not care. He has details on the front, the back or the front of his glove. Is that the back or the front of the glove? Guys, we're getting really deep here. This is a really freaking awesome review, right? No, this is awful. This is awful. I didn't sleep at all last night. I was up late watching Joey Janela spring break, so I'm really out of it today. Should have had some tea, but whatever, guys. I shouldn't have even mentioned that because this review is now dated. He has scorpions on his side. Look at this. Look at this. Are these pants brand new sculpts? Could be, could be. I love his little boots with the scorpions on there, and he has decals and stuff, so this is like a good figure. But what really elevates it is this freaking jacket. Whoa, look at all the stuff they put on it. It's they got dots everywhere. They got scorpions. They went all out with this detail on this bright red jacket. And that's cool. That's what I like to see. You know, I'm a man who likes good clothes for my dolls. And this is really appeasing me. And for everyone that's going to go, hey, Tommy, they're not dolls. They're action figures. Yeah, that's the joke, guys. It's the joke. It's old school figure scopers joke. So if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Go back and watch some old figure scoper videos when they were making YouTube videos, okay? He comes with a baseball bat too, because I don't think there has ever been a Sting figure released without a baseball bat. Unfortunately though, wearing his jacket, he cannot really move because it inhibits articulation, so you're not going to be able to pose him much in the jacket other than standing like this. That's Sting. So here we go, favorite to least favorite. Wow. So yeah, I'd say that the Booker is definitely the one to leave on the shelf. I wasn't really pleased at all with it. Edge, I think is good. I think it's a solid figure, but it just doesn't have the spark that I felt when I was looking at the back of that Sting coat. Sting, everyone knows that I'm hypercritical of previous releases of Sting figures, but ever since they did the Wolfpack Ringside Collectibles exclusive Sting figure, they've really been hitting these out of the park, and I think that this is the best contemporary Sting figure that Mattel has released. And this Jerry Lawler came out of nowhere as the best figure of the set and probably one of the best Mattel figures of this quarter, which is fantastic because it's such a simple basically re-release, but with a different head and less paint detail, but it works so much better than that Elite, what was it, 17 Jerry Lawler. And if Booker T wasn't in the set, if someone else replaced him, this would be a must-have set. But I'm just let down by that Booker T face. Maybe you love the face, but it really doesn't do much for me. So I'd say that these 3 are the should buy if you want to pick up this set. Booker, wait till he's on clearance, because usually all these figures end up going on clearance, and I'm going to assume that Booker T is going to be the shelf warmer, while Jerry Lawler is going to be the tough to find one, because he is packed 1 per case. Come on, Mattel! You packed the best figure 1 per case! Come on! Come on! Come on! Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really informal, not the best I've ever done, but I had fun doing it, and I hope you guys join me in my next video. See ya.